This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle, presenting Slash at the Paramount Theater with special guests Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators on February 19th. Rate that February 9th, rather. You want to win those tickets for that February 9th show? Please. All right, well, just listen all week between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. and don't be named Steve. Hey. Steve Miggs, I should say.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, there you go. Because Steve Miggs, even though he has the code word, he doesn't get to participate in the contest. Also, Steve Miggs, Danny V, or Stevie V and Danny Miggs, none of those people get to play this game.
What about the Miggs and Fuego? Is that a different person?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably not. Yeah.
Or Danny B?
Yeah. No, there's no. If you get the code word, make sure you get over to KISW.com. Get your chance to win tickets to the show, plus a Les Paul guitar signed by Slash.
That is so sick.
Yeah, it really is. All right, here's the code word. You ready? This is a tough one, but I think you can do it. City. The code word is city. All right, take that code word, go to KISW.com, and enter to win today.
Let's play B Miggs. It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B Miggs, don't be a loser. Whoa. B Miggs, you're a loser.
It is time for B Miggs, and it's Wednesday, so maybe there'll be a whacking instead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
Whack it.
And Steve, you started off the month being whacked a lot.
Yeah, he got whacked a lot.
But you've kind of evened out a little bit, and you're getting back to your winning ways.
I'm finding my mojo.
Yeah, at least not losing. You're getting a lot more ties and wins. So I guess congratulations.
Keep it up. I feel like I'm going to make my chances to make the playoffs a little bit better. I'm hoping for a wild card spot and beat Miggs. Let's see what happens.
Well, we got to get to our contestant. We got Robbie in Eatonville. Robbie, are you there? Oh. Hello, Robbie. Robbie, you there?
Yes, I'm here. How's it going?
All right, going good. Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Robbie will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Robbie, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Wow. At the most, how many Friday the 13th can there be in the same calendar year?
4.
No.
6.
No.
5.
No. Who played Richard Nixon in the 1995 film Nixon?
Pass.
What type of alcohol is in a Black Russian cocktail?
Kahlua, vodka, and heavy cream.
Vodka, yes. What year the mid-2000s was Facebook founded?
2001.
No.
2002.
No.
2004.
Yes. Beginning with B. What is the real first name of Bam Margera?
Pass.
What is the capital of Belgium?
Brussels.
Yes. In Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, who voiced Dory?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes. What sport was Abraham Lincoln a champion in?
Basketball.
No.
Football.
No.
Baseball.
No. Which planet was named after the Roman god of agriculture?
Venus.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4 correct.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you got 4 correct. That's 4 correct.
Not great, not bad, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, I mean...
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
there's a little wiggle room.
Semi-bad, I mean...
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. If Mel were a score, it would be that one. Steve.
Yes.
You're back.
I am.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes!
At most, how many Friday the 13th can there be in the same calendar year?
4?
No.
3.
Yes. Who played Richard Nixon in the 1995 film Nixon?
I'm going to go with Will Smith.
No, that'd be great.
I don't know. Leonard Maltin.
No.
Leonard Nimoy.
No. What type of alcohol is in a Black Russian cocktail?
Vodka.
Yes. What year of the mid-2000s was Facebook founded?
2004.
Yes.
Nice.
Beginning with B, what is the real first name of Bam Margera?
Brian.
No.
Brandon.
Yes. What is the capital of Belgium?
Brussels.
Yes.
Oh.
Finding
Nice.
Nemo and Finding Dory were in both of those. Who voiced Dory?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes. What sport was Abraham Lincoln a champion in?
Tennis.
No.
Boxing.
No.
Wrestling, brother.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Awesome.
Which planet was named after the Roman god of agriculture?
Aries.
No.
Venus.
No.
Virgi.
No, you almost
Bergie!
got... At least
Hello,
one of those
Bergie.
was a planet. 1, 2,
Tiddlywinks.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win 7-4.
Sorry, Robbie.
Sorry, man.
It's all good. Better luck next time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Robbie knew. Robbie knew what was happening.
Yeah, there was just a couple that he just didn't know, unfortunately.
Yeah, Robbie got whacked.
Yep. And some of those were just some bad guesses when he was going for it. He didn't know the Friday the 13th one, but he threw out numbers. It just didn't happen to be the 3.
Yep.
Does anybody happen to know who played Richard Nixon in that 95 Nixon film?
Oh,
Tom Cruise.
No.
Yeah, when you did 95, you said?
Yes,
I'm going to say Anthony Hopkins.
Good job. Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say we've only known him for usually one role, and we just recently talked about him. But yeah, it was Anthony Hopkins.
I feel like somebody else. Oh no, you know what? That was Batman. Christian Bale played somebody else. He didn't play Nixon. He played another. It was a Dick Cheney, I think he played.
Yeah, he did play
Yeah.
Dick Cheney.
Oh, he
That's
looked
right.
just like him.
Yeah.
It
Which
was
is weird.
nuts. Yeah, I tell you that Christian Bale. That's what I kept thinking in my brain. But I go, I know he didn't play Nixon, but why does I got to find out who it was?
And then finally, the planet that's named after the Roman god of agriculture.
Oh, is it Jupiter?
No.
Ah, dang it.
You're close.
Oh, then it must
Mars.
be Saturn.
Yes, it's Saturn, not Mars.
Saturn's a god?
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah. They're almost all the planets I think are named after Roman gods, except for
Earth.
Yeah, obviously Earth, right there.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win, Steve.
Thank you.
Nice going, Stevie.
Felt good, man. Felt real good.
Oh yeah, you really good? You feel good about it?
Very excited about that Abraham Lincoln one.
Yeah, nice work, buddy.
Just being a dork, and I got it right.
Yeah, see, that's all that matters. Well, we got to tell you about this tennis player who had a meltdown during a game and hit a kid with a ball by accident, but then did something awesome after he saw the kid crying. You're going to hear what happened at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. During the Australian Open yesterday, tennis player Nick Kyrgios smashed the ball down onto the court, and it bounced into the stands and beamed a 9-year-old kid in the stomach.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was not. I mean, he was angry, and he was just like, whatever, and unfortunately, it hit the kid. And Nick immediately made a face. He knew he messed up, and then the TV footage showed the kid crying.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah, and Nick's like, oh, dang.
Oh, how hard that ball hit the kid. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, that's that, yeah.
I mean, they're just tennis balls, right? How bad can they hurt?
Well,
Yeah, right.
You want
that kid didn't grow up in elementary school with me when we played that suicide game where you threw the ball out at someone who's at the wall.
Oh,
yeah,
man, right?
Yeah, that's that would hurt too.
No, the look on his face, you could just tell he just has that look like, Man, the anger got the better of me, and I hurt a child. I made him cry.
Yeah, man. That was, but I'll tell you what, I give Nick credit because he was able to cheer the kid up by running over and giving him one of his rackets. Here's the audio of the whole thing.
Let for service.
On for the fans, forcibly. Although I think that may have hit someone incredibly hard.
There was a kid.
There is a young fan who's just copped the full force of that and wasn't expecting it to come. So Ibraz Raki Moore is coming down just to check to see.
I think he got hit in the stomach, the poor kid.
It's unfortunate because Kyrgios did put that ball away.
What's Kyrgios going to do? Give him a racket?
A racket or a towel or something.
Give him a racket at least.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, that'll make you feel a little better.
Let me grab the kid and flung it at his head and hit the tennis player.
Oh, that would have been awesome. F you, tennis player Kai. You know what? I mean, just the wave of emotions when you the crowd, for the crowd just booing the hell out of him, then cheering him for giving him the rat. I mean, man, people were just going back and forth like it was a roller coaster of emotions.
Had to be going so fast because he hit the ball and it hit the court first. So it wasn't like he swung the ball and it went straight at the kid. That just makes you just wonder how fast those damn tennis balls are going.
Yeah, well,
kind of still. I mean, obviously it's going to sting, but to make a kid like just hunch over and cry.
Well, yeah, you're a little kid, and you took a ball to the gut off of a tennis, a smash from a tennis player who, his job is to hit that ball hard. Oh man!
But what a great story for the kid to share that he got a free tennis racket out of the deal.
And technically, I think he got a ball too because he caught the ball that hit his stomach.
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, technically, yeah, he's got everything he needs to become a star player. Yeah. Oh, man. Damn, dude. Wow.
Now it's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So a tennis player hit a kid with a ball at the Australian Open. So he gave him a racket. Based on this, whether it be from a celebrity or anyone else, we want to know, what was the coolest thing that you've ever received? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What was the coolest thing that you have ever received? We got your calls, we got your texts after AC/DC on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of a Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A tennis player hit a kid with a ball at the Australian Open, so he gave him a racket. Based on this, we want to know whether it be from a celebrity or anyone else. What was the coolest thing that you've ever received? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Steve in Renton. Steve, you are on The Rock.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, 7 or 8 years old, I was a Pepsi Junior Mariner when they used to do that back at the Kingdome. And I used to go early with my dad and watch batting practice. And we were at a game once, and were yelling at all the players from the stands, trying to get their attention, trying to get autographs. And the Mariner staff saw me and came over and grabbed me out of the stands and took me down behind home plate at the Kingdome. Found out I was a second baseman, so they brought Julio Cruz over, and he signed a ball and a batting glove, and they did a little picture session, and got all that stuff. And I still have the pictures and stuff to this day at my folks' house somewhere. I'm 52 now, so it was a long time ago, but it always stuck with me as just a really cool gesture.
Boy, that is really cool. I mean, as a little kid who's a baseball fan and you're playing baseball and they take you down and you meet one of your team, man, that is awesome.
Yeah, just getting on the field was exciting enough. And then when they brought Julio Cruz over, I was really jazzed. So I
got to tell you, so you say your parents got the pictures somewhere?
They do. I got to find it. It's I got a whole bunch of memorabilia in a closet somewhere at their place, and I've got to find that.
Oh, man, dude. Yeah, you know what? You're a better man than me because you've probably just thought about other things in your life, but I would have had that bronzed. Yeah. It would be all over my house. My only claim to fame would be that. So, yeah, I hope it's still there for you. Boy, is that cool. I love it when teams do that for little kids. That's so much fun.
Pepsi Junior Mariners. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you know what? Look at Pepsi and look at the Mariners, huh? Making it happen. I'd like to. Do you think I'm too old, or can I still make it happen?
Well, I mean, old is relative to who?
All right, good. See, Thank you. Yeah, I want to be a junior Mariner. I can do it.
Yeah, to dinosaurs, you're basically a toddler.
Right. And junior Mariners, you can walk around with your little sticks and run the field.
Oh, is that what, really? Yeah, you and Danny are nice people. Thank you.
Well, you're the one who wants to be a junior Mariner. We're trying to make it work.
You're trying to make it work.
No one else is trying to help you with your dream.
Yeah,
Hey,
you guys are just great people.
I can get you a patch for $3 on eBay if you'd like.
That actually is all you need. No one's going to question it. How'd you get that? Just say, when I was a kid, I was a junior Mariner.
That is a good point. And I guess I could Photoshop some pictures of me, with some Mariner players. All right, we'll do it, Vicky. Let's get it done. I'll fake it.
Vicky just showed us the picture of that, and I totally thought it was a cake.
That's what I thought too. I was like, they made ice cream cake.
I was like, what? I want one of those.
I know, from this angle, it looks like a cake, like an ice cream
cake. All right.
Cake.
You know what? Say what you want. You guys have issues. Okay?
No.
I mean, look, I love cake, but you know what? I'm sorry.
That doesn't look like a cake?
It looks like a cake.
You guys can say what you want, but you guys got issues. You're seeing cake everywhere. Look, I don't have a problem with that, but I think you need to talk to somebody.
Now you know what I want for my birthday. I want an ice cream cake, and I want Pepsi Junior Mariners on top of it.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Kristen Yelm. Kristen, what's the coolest thing that you have ever received?
So it wasn't me, it was my aunt. My uncle is a recording engineer in LA, and Snoop Dogg gave my aunt a big bag of weed because she was going through cancer at the time.
So he's like, what, this will help her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what? That is actually really cool because for a lot of cancer patients, man, when weed wasn't legalized, that was one thing that really helped them with pain. So, I mean, I thought, well, of course Snoop Dogg's going to give you weed, but actually he was being altruistic with it a little bit, like trying to help out. That's cool.
Yeah, it definitely was not legal at the time because that was about 20 years ago. So.
Yeah, wow.
Look at Snoop.
So, seriously, I'd save that weed. Like some of it. Maybe I'd use a lot of it, but I'd save it and put it in a little container and go, it's Snoop's weed.
That'd be a good conversation piece.
Definitely.
Put it in like a glass thing that's like, it's built in the inside of it. Like kind of, I don't know, I'm picturing like kryptonite kind of oracle. I don't even know what the hell I did.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Like
some lights.
Like a cosmic cube, a tesseract.
Yes, a cosmic cube.
Yeah. Okay, sure. We can do that.
Shine like a green light on it.
Yeah. I like that plan.
That would be great. And whenever really you like hit a button, like, some Snoop Dogg song plays.
Like that. And of course I'd have my picture because of course I would have taken a picture with him, right?
Or you just smoked the weed and pretend that you did all that stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Let's go to Vance in Snohomish. Vance, you are on the Rock.
Hey guys, how are you?
Welcome, Vance. Welcome to the show. What's the coolest thing that you've ever received?
So, when I was growing up, originally from upstate New York, we moved to Arizona in 1980, and a year later, we're picking up my grandparents from Sky Harbor Airport, which at the time was one small terminal. And the night before, Phoenix had played the Boston Celtics. So we're at the terminal, and I recognize Larry Bird in the terminal now. I'm like 11 years old. So I asked my mom for a piece of paper, and I go over to get a signature, and literally Larry Bird snubbed me. Yeah,
wow.
Completely ignored me. So Kevin McHale's right there, And he goes, "Come here, kid, I'll give you an autograph." So not only did he give me his autograph, he went around to the other players and the head coach at the time, and I forget the guy's name, but got all those autographs. I still have that piece of paper to this day. But what was even cooler is Kevin McHale came over, sat down, and just talked with my mom while they were hanging out. So she had a chat with Kevin McHale.
Now, let me ask you a question. It was a single mom, or was your dad there around?
Oh, no. My biological dad was out of the picture. So, yeah.
I hate to be that guy, but I wonder if Kevin McHale was like, "Hey, kid, I'll help you out because your mom's looking pretty awesome."
Wow. Hey, my mom was a beauty queen and a quarter horse champion, so that wouldn't have bothered me in the least bit.
Yeah, I think that look, it was cool that Kevin did it, but when you told me he started sitting down chatting with your mom, I'm like, what are the chances this guy was like, "Hey, look what I did for your kid, what do you say? What's up? What are you doing? Hey, girl."
How tall are you?
It's all right. It is what it is, man, but I just thought that was,
That's awesome.
And what's funny is that I learned as I got older that Larry Bird did that to a lot of people. He was not the nicest person socially to fans.
Yeah, that's really cool, though. To at least look. I mean, whatever the situation was with him and your mom, that was cool that he went around and got that done. That really, really is nice, man.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I still got that paper to this day.
That's awesome.
That is that's a cool story, and I've heard good things about Kevin McHale, so I'm glad that confirms that.
I remember getting snubbed by a basketball player once too for an autograph. I can't remember where we were I was somewhere at a hotel, and it was the same hotel that a basketball team, and Tim Hardaway, you remember that guy?
Oh yeah.
So I remember we were in the elevator, my buddy and I, and we're like, "Oh crap, it's Tim Hardaway." I'm like, "Can we get an autograph?" And we had like something to have him sign, and we had him a Sharpie and the paper, and he just looks at us like as if like we just like insulted him, and he's just looking at us, and he gives us the Sharpie and gives it back, and he's like, doesn't say anything, and we're like, "What?" And he goes, "Open it," like to open up the Sharpie, but he was like annoyed with us. Like, I'm like, "Well, we're not going to open and hand it to you because we don't want to get Sharpie on you." You know what I mean? Like, so my buddy Andy and I were just looking at him like, we're like, "No, we're good." And we took the Sharpie back.
Oh, really? So you had a chance to get it, but you were like, "This is weird. You want us to open it? No, we're out."
I had no problem. He's like, "Hey, man, could you open it?" But he just looked at us and goes like, "Here, do this for me." And we're just like, "No, screw you." So he snubbed us, we snubbed him, but I don't think he lost any sleep over it.
No, I don't think he did either. I mean, I think that's a cool flex, though, to be honest with you. Like, wow, you want me just to basically be like, you want me to dance on stage for you? Okay, you know what? You open this then. Like, I give you autograph, you open, you know what? I get to ask you to do something. Maybe he's taking the power back.
But we spent the rest of the night just talking about, like, what's the protocol? Like, are we supposed to open up the cap for the person to sign? Like, what if you accidentally hand it to them and they get the ink on their hand? Isn't that going to piss them off even more? Wouldn't you want to give them the power of opening up the marker?
Yeah, the thing is that you need two hands to open the marker, but then who's holding the paper that he's got to sign? See, there's a third hand that does need to be involved.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess that it's all how he said it, though. It's just like,
yeah, well, he was just like,
here,
wow,
peasants.
Man. Yeah.
And it was such a short elevator. I'm like, well, here's our floor. Let's just go.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good day, Mr. Hardaway.
It'd be great if you went to bag practice. He goes, "Yeah, guys, I was going to sign autographs for these guys, and I just wanted them to open up the Sharpie, and they got offended, and they just stormed
out." Yeah, what if that's just how that's just his demeanor. He's like, "Hey, open it, man." And then it's like, what the hell's your problem?
Right. I mean, his perspective of it probably was completely different, and we were the tool bags.
Yeah, I could see that.
Not wrong.
I could see that. Yeah, I really could, man.
Well, I see your daughter's in the room, BJ.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's, I think the coolest thing she ever got was me as a father. I think that's the answer, right? There we go.
I think I know what she's going to say.
Oh, do
yeah?
you?
Oh. Yeah.
You probably do.
It involves your mouth buddy.
Yeah.
What? Okay, let's not use that phrase.
My favorite mouth buddy of mine. Yeah, I think one of the coolest things I ever received was David Koechner from Anchorman, who, if you don't know, he has got a curved, beautiful mouth, just like yours truly. He sent me a signed autograph, like Barbie doll of himself with his big curved mouth. His mouth is straight open, curving on his doll, and I still have it, and I love it. When I met him in studio, he said he was going to send me something, and I was like, "Oh, okay, like, that's awesome." Like, not really thinking he'd remember, and then like a few weeks later, it arrived. and it is amazing. I know it's like the sweetest thing.
That was
in my room.
Like propped up on like the table or something?
You know it. Yep. He's staring at me all morning.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
All day, all night.
How does Johnny Rubbers feel about David Koechner and his crooked mouth watching you guys?
He's used to it. I got David Koechner right next to Sir Mix-a-Lot looking at my booty, being amazed.
What an interesting wall of fame.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'll never forget that interview because I remember Sarah came to me and said, "Hey, I'd like to ask David Koechner a question," and I'm like, "Okay, Sarah, I don't know. What do you want? What do you want?" Well, I want to ask him about his mouth, and I'm like, okay, this could go one of two ways. I think it was the first time we really ever had David Koechner in studio.
You were like, you legit were like, no, like maybe not.
Yeah,
like kind of feel him out, see if he's in a good mood, but I probably wouldn't. And then I had to get him up from the elevator to the studio. And the first thing I said to him was, I am in love with your mouth. Like I couldn't even stop myself. Like all of your words went out the window and that's the first thing I said to him.
And it went over well. I mean, you guys really did. He bonded with you. He really liked the fact he's like, son of a gun, you got a crooked mouth too. And he, you know what? He was David Koechner was a great guest.
Oh, the best.
Yeah, he really, really was.
I'm hoping someday we can have him in studio again whenever the world chills out. Because I would love to see him again. And then even if he didn't remember me, I would smile and then he would.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. How many people have the crooked mouth and even bring it up to him? And then you become crooked mouth buddies.
I know. I'm so glad he took it well, though. Because if not...
Yeah, so am I. We've had a lot of tough moments with people.
One time, I just remembered Danny will appreciate being a big Blink-182 fan. You remember when Travis Barker started his own clothing line? It was like Famous Stars and Straps.
Yeah, still around.
Okay.
Oddly, yeah.
That's awesome. Good. Yeah. I don't even know he was still doing that, but I remember he first started it and we were doing an interview and I was asking him all about it. And he was just like, hey, thanks for giving my business a plug. I'm like, oh, cool. And then like 2 weeks later in the mail comes a belt from Famous Stars and Straps.
Nice.
I was like, that's pretty sweet. It was an ugly looking belt, but I wore it all the time. It was obnoxious. And like, you know, see how I dress. I just wear all black. And there's like this bright, like white and red, kind of weird sparkly thing with this big ass belt buckle that had like, you know, a star on it with a circle. Like it looked like a championship belt. But I was wearing that thing with pride because I'm like, Travis Barker totally gave this to me, man.
Awesome.
Like, pride just his assist. He's like, send that one that no one's buying to that guy.
Yeah. Nice. Well, you know what though? You tell the story the way you want. Oh man. We got a Dunkin' Donuts employee that got fired, but for a great reason. He got fired because he was giving discounts to MILFs. You're going to hear what he did at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, in one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, so total costs, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of a Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.